Hey, how's everyone? Welcome back. Hello and welcome if you're new. Glad you found me. We're doing the What the Friday reading. This is a general energy for the coming weekends, okay? And you guys, I laid out the pre-shuffle and I kept it, and we're going through it. Holy crap. We are going through it. Or, I mean, someone's going through it. Don't you really know if this has to do with the viewer or like a cross watcher or somebody that you are dealing with. Maybe you're looking in on this situation. More often than not, I'm gonna say that when I'm reading it's for the viewer, okay? So if I say you are going through it, or if I say they are going through it, it means everybody. Somebody's going through it. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This is feeling very out of control over a cycle or situation. Being disappointed about the outcome, or not even the outcome because it's not finished yet. The wheel is still turning, but right now it's in the reverse. So you're feeling disappointed about the progress or the lack thereof. Next, we've got the Eight of Cups, of walking away from something that's emotionally unfulfilling. This is a time of being alone. It's an alone time. It's that after a breakup, the month you spend in bed, or something like that. It says alone time, walking away to seek fulfillment elsewhere, but still feeling drifting and unsettled as of yet, okay? Then you've got the Nine of Swords. It came out sideways, so it's in an energy of trying to work past the emotional torment here, the mental torment. This is anxiety, sleepless nights, negative self-talk, nightmares, insomnia, um, things like that, things that are brought on by this deep anxiety. It's also, however, a self-fulfilling kind of torment, uh, because what hurts us more than our own minds sometimes. But since it's sideways, it's somebody in between these two things. It's because in the reverse it would be release and hope and help coming and acceptance. But I think this has to do with how the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse, meaning you're in the wrong side of this cycle. You feel, you're not at the top of the cycle at the moment. You're at the bottom, right? And you're feeling disappointed. So even if there would be help, you're not in a position to see it yet. But you're working on it. That's because it's sideways. It could be both, a little bit of both. There's acceptance here, but still pain, or there could be the anxiety and insomnia clouding your mind so that you can't see help coming. Do you know what I mean? And the last card we have here is the Empress reverse. This is feeling very unproductive, very unseen and unappreciative, low energy, not very abundant at all. I mean, like I said, somebody's going through it. So we're going to get some clarifiers on these and then maybe get an ancestor oracle message. Can you please clarify the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? Please. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We've got Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so this is somebody, they're dealing with an energy that is very harsh and demanding and bitter. Now, either they're dealing with someone like that, or this Wheel of Fortune reverse position for themselves is itself making them bitter and harsh and demanding, okay? Because somebody who's not on their game, somebody who's feeling out of control of a situation is going to be knocked off of balance. Now, I'm not saying that's an excuse, but I'm saying something happened where somebody was knocked into a very low point of the site of this situation, and now they're very harsh and bitter about it, okay? Can you please clarify the Eight of Cups? Walking away, this alone time. feeling driftless and what was that other one? Please clarify the Eight of Cups. Okay. The Emperor. Wow. I mean, he came out upright, so he was in the right. It wasn't somebody being, I heard it wasn't the masculine being demanding. The masculine energy is in the right energy. It's upright in the right energy about leaving. Let's get this Nine of Swords, please, sideways. Why is it sideways? Nine of Swords, sideways, please. Ten of Pentacles. Upright. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. What about the Empress? Unproductive. The Queen of Cups in the reverse. Emotionally exhausted and a closed heart. Wow. Okay. Let me think about this for a second. I want to get a little more clarity on this. I want to know more what caused this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This loss of control. What was the situation that this is? Okay, we've got a Ten of Cups in the reverse. A Six of Wands victory. One more for that, please. And then, oh, I got two more. Two of Swords. Two of Swords upright and an Ace of Wands. This is so weird. Tell me about this Queen of Wands in the reverse, please. It was Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. There was a relationship here, whether romantic or not, that was feeling unequal. I hear these two arguing here, but mostly I hear the Emperor. The Emperor is saying, I was in the right. I was in the right to do it. I didn't do it out of malice. I didn't do it out of spite. I didn't do it out of hate. I did it out of almost self-preservation. His conduct was correct, I heard. And it left a Queen of Wands very upheaved. Excuse me. When I asked for clarity on this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, asking what was the situation that caused the feeling of the lack of control and disappointment, we got the Ten of Cups in the reverse. This is, dysfunction, conflict, and neglect in love or the home. But then I got the Six of Wands, and I feel like somebody felt vindicated about it or something. And then with the Two of Swords, this is between a rock and a hard place. No good options, no good choices. And having to really go within and ask some hard questions. And then we had the Ace of Wands, which is, like we saw in the last reading, was an inspiration to begin something new. Okay? So then that's when the Wheel of Fortune happened. The lack of control. Somebody's disappointed. But it also says to just let it pass. That things could work out. But this change sent this Queen of Wands into a tizzy. And now or I heard also in some cases it was illuminated to this person that this Queen of Wands was very demanding, harsh, and bitter. And they didn't want to deal with it anymore. And it had something to do with these finances that they weren't equitably, well, no, kind of. Now, we did get the Six of Pentacles on the backside from the vice versa deck just last reading or the reading before. So this seems like a theme running through the energies right now. The Six of Pentacles in the reverse is gifts but with strings attached. So this was an arrangement, a financial arrangement where it was like, I'll help you but you owe me. Okay. In the upright, that means that it was an equitable exchange. Yeah, I've got this, you've got that. Let's help each other. I like you, you like me. It was equitable. It was in good faith. But when it's in the reverse, it was more like I'll help you out, but you owe me. Okay. It says, yeah, get aid or gifts with strings attached and hidden motives. All right. Hidden motives. So there was something with this Queen of Wands that came out. Okay, there was something about this Queen of Wands that came to the surface that was inequitable, and it stopped the whole process. So if this was a relationship, okay, because I feel like one energy here feels there's loss, and one energy here wants victory. Okay, so once it was revealed that there was this arrangement, the arrangement with this Queen of Wands was with strings attached, it stopped the whole wheel. It stopped everything. And this Emperor comes forward and says, I am in my right to walk away. Okay? This Emperor is in the upright. He is honorable. He is supportive. He's strong. And he is a good leader. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's responsible. Um, he's charismatic. He's a good person. And he says, I am well within my rights to have walked away because um this was, how do they say it? It was not in good faith. And I heard the happiness I thought I had, that 10 of Cups, was an illusion. So we've got, it's interesting because we can look at it also like this 10 of Cups, right? In the reverse, led to this Two of Swords, this no good options, between a rock and a hard place, not being able to process or believe the information that you have, those two swords. Okay, then we have this Ace of Wands, which is an inspiration to new action. Okay, or a powerful gift, an unexpected spark. This is an opportunity to go forward and do something else. And then we've got this um, Six of Wands, this victory. Okay, that's what the Emperor is trying to seek. But he, like I said, he's an honorable man. That's why this whole process has put him in this Nine of Swords energy. This is eating somebody alive, okay, from the inside, in their mind at night. They're tossing and turning about it. This is tormenting someone. But on top of that fell the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. This has to do with abundance and reward in due time. In due time. It's like I'm doing this for my possible future. I'm hanging on to the hope of a prosperous future. I'm in my rights to walk away from this, to preserve the idea that I can still have something prosperous in the future. And this does have to do with love, because we've got the Queen of Cups here, but she's in the reverse. So this is somebody who's closed off their heart for a little while because they're emotionally exhausted. They weren't seen, they weren't being productive, they weren't producing anything that they could be proud of for themselves. So they had to walk away from this. Can I get a little more? Just give me, let's see, the last three, just to wrap it up for the weekend here. And this is pretty heavy for weekend energy, but this might be something that somebody encounters this weekend. Again, it has to do with some illumination and some information about this Queen of Wands in the reverse and the money. Because when this Emperor walks away, even though they go through a little bit of the dark night of the soul, they're going towards a 10 of Pentacles. They're leaving behind a 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, and they're going towards a 10. And they're trying to be smart about it. So the last three we've got is, yeah, Three of Cups in the reverse. It wasn't the party that they thought it was. Two of Wands in the reverse. There's indecision here, but oh, okay, good. Yeah, there's a reboot here. It's like, oh shit, that path didn't pan out, so now I have to reboot. And then a Five of Pentacles in the reverse. That's a good card, actually. It's light at the end of the tunnel. Help, hope, and comfort in the future. I love that. So again, I don't know where in the cycle that you guys are going to fall. You're all at different points in the timeline. Some might be here at the end where there's the hope and help after the dark night. Some might be in the beginning here where it's just being illuminated about the motives of this Queen of Wands. A Queen of Wands is Sagittarius energy. It could be anywhere in the chart. It could just be somebody functioning in a kind of bitter, demanding energy. Aries energy for the Emperor. And Queen of Cups is Pisces, and the Empress is Taurus and Libra. We could go a little bit deeper. Let's see. Ten of Cups is Pisces. Third decan Pisces. And Two of Swords is Gemini. Ace of Wands is the Divine. Six of Wands is Leo. The Wheel of Fortune's all the fixed signs. The Six of Pentacles is Virgo. Wait, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Virgo. Queen of Wands, Sagittarius. Aries for the Emperor. Eight of Cups, I believe, is Scorpio. Yeah, so it could be any. They're all represented in some way, shape, or form because we all have those positions in our chart. So that energy is going to be playing out at all times somewhere. That's why it's good to look at it, but sometimes it's more overwhelming to think about like every single sign. But that's what I have for this weekend. Yeah, and I do like the three cards at the end here. Except for this Three of Cups in the reverse. It's just yeah, this is that alone time again. It's sans friends. We've got the alone time here and the Eight of Cups, that walking away, the dark night of the soul there. Maybe not a whole like disastrous dark night of the soul. It could just be like a dimly lit hallway of the soul at the moment. But this Three of Cups is kind of shutting off from the friend group, not dating, not celebrating, not going out, whether out of necessity or depression, because we do have the Nine of Swords here, and that is a deep depression. So there may be somebody who's still quote unquote in their feels, but it's not that's not like a dig or anything. This Three of Cups in the reverse could also be hints of a third party involvement here. Yes, it could be a like a cheating situation, a third, you know what I mean? Because we did have that stray Queen of Cups in the reverse at the end there. And we've got two queens and an emperor basically. So yeah, it could be a third party situation here that threw everything off. But this is false friends, discord, loneliness, just, not going out. So for there could be some in the collective where once this kind of hit the fan, it sent the community, quote unquote, friend group, family, co-workers, whatever, it sent everybody kind of in a, upheaval a little bit. And then we've got the Two of Wands in the reverse. Now, the Two of Wands in the upright is an outset, like a threshold, a new choosing a new path, right? And making the plans to go forth. But in the reverse, it's talking about indecision. It's not ready to put that first foot forward yet. It's also an energy of maybe I have to rethink my plan. Maybe I have to reboot this plan. maybe I have to take a pause and plan better, okay? But this last card is very hopeful because it talks about there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You're finally coming out of the dark. I heard Gloria Stefan coming out of the dark. Um, so there is hope and help once you can get past that point of indecision here about like wanting to make a new plan. Stan. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I have for the doing. Yeah, let's get an no, they want me to do the theme deck. Okay. Let's get some extra little tidbits of advice for this, please. Maybe some insight. Go back to basics, it says. Yeah, go back to basics. I'm hearing 50 ways to leave your lover. That's why I said make a new plan, Stan. 50 ways to leave your lover. I believe it's Simon and Garfunkel. Make new plans, Stan. Yeah. That's a song just talking about just get out. Take care of yourself. We've got somebody being reminded to stay hydrated and enter into self-care here. We've got the rainbow. The worst is over. I like that for the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. You've got save point again. This came out the other day. Rest, remove, restore. And it's interesting that this comes along with the Two of Wands in the reverse because it says to reboot. Okay? And with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, it's talking about a new cycle coming around. So this is a chance to rest, remove what you don't need, restore yourself, gather your resources. Remember that Two of Wands in the reverse is talking about maybe I didn't plan right. Maybe I have to reboot it. Maybe I have to do different, take something different with me. This is what that's talking about. The save point in a video game before you go on to the next level, where you gather resources, you preserve what you got, you purge what you don't need, you make a new plan, and you take inventory of what you have. Like I said, we've also got somebody being reminded for self-care. It says hydrate, meditate, eliminate, drink, think, and poop. So don't forget to do those three very important things for yourself while you're in that Nine of Swords energy, okay? Oh, we got one that fell through the crack. Let me think here. The T again. This is the third time this card popped out this week. Chisme. That's the Three of Cups in the reverse. People are fucking gossiping. You may have gotten some wrong information listening to people that think they are privy to, the details. Maybe they're not. They're getting their information wrong. And in turn, you got your information wrong. So maybe there could be a feeling of a little bit of like, that's why maybe I got the plan wrong. Don't. Just keep moving, okay? This is gossip, news, visitors, catching up, information, conversation, the grapevine, chatting, okay? And usually this would be kind of positive, like you're getting the scoop on things or the drop on things. But with the Three of Cups in the reverse, talking about false friends and third parties, I think that Chisme, it could be either against you or set up to make you take a wrong step. Okay? Bamboo, growth, resilience, strength, flexibility, longevity, good luck, prosperity, and enlightenment. Okay? Wait, let me get another one for that. What is the spirit is listening? Okay, that's good. Tell me more about the bamboo. 111 new beginnings. Self-expression. Get your bearings in this new cycle. I like that. One more, though. Pay attention to red flags. I'll take it. So, Some in the collective may be questioning if what they heard was correct, okay? Because there could be like a third party that's not in your that's not, like in your corner. I would set that aside because it doesn't feel like it's a very big part of the energy. It's just an annoyance in the background, okay? So I wouldn't let it draw your focus so much, okay? Whatever that old cycle that you had to leave or have to in the future find that you have to leave behind, it's going to cause some bitter feelings in the other person. But it's going to enlighten you to some kind of maybe hidden motives that they had, okay? But in Emperor energy, you are well within your honorable rights to leave that down, set that down, and go in a different path. And it's going to be hard. I see here there's going to be sleepless nights, but it's because you're worried about that 10 of Pentacles. This sleepless nights and anxiety had the 10 of Pentacles on top of it, meaning you're worried about that legacy. You're worried about the money. You're worried about losing half, and you do lose half, um, so to speak. It doesn't necessarily have to be money like that, but you do lose almost half of, you're knocked down a few pegs because you go from the 10 to the 5, but it's a positive 5 because there's help here at the end of the tunnel, and there's light, and the worst is over. Absolutely, the worst is over. But keep an eye on these red flags. It's these chisme girls, okay? It's the gossipers here, them red flags. And it could be also for that Queen of Wands. That watch the red flags on that Queen of Wands, okay? Even if you have to go back to basics, it's going to be good. We've got new beginnings here. Whew, that was a lot for just a weekend reading. I hope that resonated. My information is in the description. I'm open for personal readings. Venmo, Cash App, email is in the description. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow's Saturday. I might throw in, I might throw in another reading tomorrow. Otherwise, I don't really have anything scheduled for this weekend. So, thanks for sticking with me, and until I see you in the next reading. Okay, thanks. Bye.